Good morning, students. I welcome you all for commerce class. As we have started already with unit 7, chapter 19, so we have completed up to types of business environment, that is internal environment and external environment. Today we are going to discuss more about external environment subdivisions. So there are two subdivisions, as already said, micro environment and macro environment. So we are going to discuss today in detail about micro environment and macro environment. Listen carefully, students. Don't get distracted. We'll move on with it. Microenvironment factors are one of the external factors which affects the business immediately, and so it is termed as immediate environment. These microenvironment has different factors, that is financiaries, suppliers, marketing channel members, public, customers and competitors. These are the 6 factors which come under the microeconomic factors. So these refers to the immediate environment performance affecting the business. Take a look, students. First one under micro environment factor is financiaries. We'll move on with financiaries first. So the financiaries means who? Those who provide finance for the business, that is the debenture holder. Those who lend loans for the business, they are termed as debenture holders. Their financial capability, policies, strategies, attitude towards risk and ability to give non-financial assistance are all important to a business. Next factor is suppliers. So in an organization, the suppliers will supply the raw materials and other inputs in order for the producing a product. So correct time procurement of materials from suppliers enables the business to work very well. So organizations have realized the importance of nurturing and maintaining good relationship with the suppliers. Next factor is marketing channel members. Here the intermediaries are termed to be marketing channel members because they serve a connecting link between the business and its customers. The middlemen like dealers, wholesalers and retailers, they ensure the transfer of products from the producers to the customers. So the physical distribution is facilitated by transporters and warehouses because these two helps in making the goods available to the customers whenever they are in need of. So same way, advertising agencies also help in promoting the products and services. Insurance firms is another marketing intermediary which provides coverage for risk in business. Next, we'll move on with public. So these groups, public groups like media group, citizen action group and local public, they have also an impact on the business. What they do, they have the ability to make or mark a business. Mark means what? For spotting a business, how the business is running, in order to spot it out. If anything against public carried on by the company, normally the company comes to an end. For example, the closure of Sterlite copper factory in Toothukudi due to protest by Environment Protection Group in 2018. That was the news which was more popular during the year 2018. Since the protest was made by the public against such company only, the company was closed. So the public also is a very important factor for the business organization. Next factor is important factor, that is customers. The aim of business must be to satisfy the needs of its customers because the customers are the king and the fulcrum around which the business revolves. So they are the main important factor in order for running the business. So hence it is essential for the businessman or for the business to understand the needs of the various customers like individuals, retailers, wholesalers, industries and government sector. So customer relationship management must be created in order for sustaining a cordial relations with the customers. Next factor is competitors. All organizations face competition at all levels like local, national and global level. Normally in school also, if we take an example, in a class there will be competition between the students those who are studying well. So they will compete between them in order to score more marks. Same way here also, one business will compete with other business in order to flourish more, in order to attract the customers and make more sales, more turnover. So it is important for a business to understand how many competitors are there for them and modify the business strategies according to face that competition. Next, we'll move on about macro environment. This is a general or overall environment in which the business operates. So, normally, the success depends on the ability to adapt to the macro environment. Since these are uncontrollable factors, the business have to adopt it continuously and also have to scan it. So, therefore, they offer enormous opportunities to business and also they possess serious threat to the business. So the business should be very careful in always going through the macro environment factors related to the business, and also they have to try to overcome such situation. The factors related with macro environment is that economic factors, socio-cultural factors, political and legal factors, geophysical factors, technological factors, and global factors. Let me explain it one by one. First, let us move on with economic environment. Since the business is an integral part of the economic system in a nation, there are multiple variables which affect the economic. Under this economic environment, the first one is nature of economy based on the stage of development. According to it, the countries across the globe can be categorized on the basis of growth and per capita income as a developed nations, developing nations, and underdeveloped nations. As you know, the USA, Japan, Germany, Canada, and Australia developed economies generally have high degree of technological advancement, and also they are very strong and they have robust industrial base and high standard of living. So many of these developed nations, they have integrated computer based technologies with their existing business. So developing nations like India, China, Brazil, Mexico are middle income economies. They are categorized as low to moderate industrial growth business country. The inequality in the distribution of income, high population, a low standard of living, and slow absorption of technology prevails in these nations. So underdeveloped nations are the nations which have low income economies with a very low degree of technology and also very poor standard of living. Next one is nature of economic system. This economic system is classified into capitalistic, socialistic, and mixed economy, whereas capitalistic means free enterprise market where individual ownership of wealth is main predominant, whereas socialistic economy is a state controlled economy with a lot of restrictions on private sector. Then mixed economy means the combination of both state owned and private sector ownership. Next one is economic policy. So policies of nation. It relates to monetary policy, fiscal policy, export import policy, industrial policy, trade policy, foreign exchange policy, etc. Next about indices. Indices means guide. So the economic indices like GDP, GNP, national income, per capita income, balances of payments, rate of savings and investments, etc. form an important part of economic environment. GDP means gross domestic product and GNP means gross national product. So next one, economic environment deals with development of financial market. So how this financial market develops? The development of financial market depends upon the organization and development of money market, capital market, securities market, and the banking system. Next one is economic structure. Economic structure includes capital formation of a business, investment pattern of a business, composition of trade balance of a business, occupational distribution of workforce, and the structure of national output. All these reflects the economic structure. We are completing with this today. Thank you, students.